I painted my boat and I got it down to bare metal using a sandblaster that I rented. It was a 100-pound sandblaster, and I used a compressor that was diesel operated that they towed behind my truck. If you're thinking that this little power washer sandblaster will get that job done, it will not. However, after sandblasting and painting my boat, the trailer didn't bother me too much before, but after I got the boat painted, the trailer looked really dingy, and I had since taken the sandblaster back to the rental place. So I wanted to do something that was quick and dirty, and all I did was used this little, what I call Amazon level power washer sandblaster, was to roughen the paint up. Then after I roughened the paint, I went over it with acetone, then I painted it. I mean, if it looks good for this boating season, fine, you know. Anything I get after that will be a bonus. But at any rate, I wanted to use this. And so I got it, and I went through the frustration. First, I used play sand. What I found with play sand, at least my experience, was that it focused tight in the center of the spray. And then, of course, I had my sand pickup tubes stuck in a smaller bucket, and just a little bit of sand got wet on top, but somehow the thing blocked up. So I said, okay, the play sand blocks easier, so I will go and get the black diamond sandblasting media that I used with the sandblaster that I rented. But I put that in, and that too got blocked. So I figured, well, either the sand is getting wet in the bucket, or there's somehow the water is getting back up into the hose. So I just went about doing things that was going to prevent that. So I just got me a big box store bucket, and you can see the tube sits in there tilted in, and then I drilled a hole for the hose, and when I put the lid on the bucket, I can pick up the bucket and move it around easily, and as I use media, I just shake the bucket and it goes and fills in the intake area of the tubes. So that works out well. My pressure was at 3100 psi, 2.5 gallons per minute when pressure washer. I've had this thing for about 5 years, and it's worked well for me. Okay, when I'm pressure washing, I make sure that I try to hold the nozzle down a little bit, and I definitely keep this up. And then I hold this in the back here to keep from going from side to side. Somehow, either the sand was getting wet inside and somehow it got into the hose, or the water came back up in here somewhere when I wasn't paying attention, and it would get caught in the hose itself. What I'm saying here, there's might be some steps I am taking that are unnecessary, but it works for me. So if there's better ways to do it, great. But this is what worked for me. But at any rate, I will hold it like this, and I will pressure washer and spray until I run out of room and I have to pick up the bucket again and move. What I do is, as I'm spraying, and while I'm still spraying, I pull that off, I throw this over my shoulder, and then I quit spraying. Then I pick up the bucket, I move it side to side to get the media back down to the end of the tube, and then I put this back on again. And then once it's on, I hold it like this so it doesn't come off, and keep it steady, and then I start spraying again. And then when I either stop or want to go to the next place, what I do is I take my hand off the thing and I pull this off and then move to the next spot. And that works. I don't know, maybe you can see the media sitting all over the ground. But a lot of people complained about this. I was having my problems, and this was some, $22 item off of Amazon. But it suited my needs perfectly to roughen the paint up on the trailer, which I then went over with acetone and then just spray painted. So, but I would definitely say that you cannot use this thing to sandblast down to metal on a project the size of this boat. So good luck, and I just want to help out. How is it that Red Green says? We're all in this together, we've got to look out for each other.